Welcome, Maricosa High School varsity football. It's senior night. Let's go down to the field.
And Johnny Morgan, along with Harrison, Olivia, and Sophie. We also had to add special thanks to Johnny Morgan, who has headed up our Boosters Club this year. Thank you, Johnny. Next up for the seniors, wearing jersey number 3, Adrian Dotson, captain. Escorted by Ann and Arnold Dotson. And it looks like a few other family members. Sorry, I don't have their names here. Big number 3, 12 touchdowns rushing and passing this year for the Mustangs. Thank you, number 3. Next up, wearing jersey number 65, Vincenzo Iea, captain. Escorted by Norma and Salvatore and Vito Iea. Next up for your senior Mustangs, wearing jersey number 7, quarterback and captain, Sean Kelly. Escorted by Gary Kelly. Next up for the seniors, wearing jersey number 55, Corey Alexander. Escorted by Chris and Debbie Alexander. Next up from the seniors, receiver number 84, homecoming king, Stephen Bateman. Escorted by Steve and Jane Bateman.
Filming.
Thank you.
Doesn't really look like Jane Bateman, but for whoever we're welcoming, thank you, Stephen, for being an excellent player this year. Next up, wearing jersey number 37, senior Max Berger. Escorted by Karen and Maury Moore. Next up, wearing jersey number 2, senior Johnny Cleater. Escorted by John Cleater and Carolyn Powers. Next up, for the Mustangs, wearing jersey number 34, senior Matt Cream. Escorted by Debbie and Mitch Cream. Next up for your Mustangs, wearing jersey number 39, senior Michael Cruz. Escorted by Diana Cruz Adams and Lawrence Adams. Next up for your Mustangs, wearing jersey number 22, Nick DeLucia. Escorted by Natalie Devine. Next up for the Mustangs, wearing jersey number 30, Nolan Dupree. Escorted by Shannon Terry and Randy and Neil Dupree. Next up, wearing jersey number 44, senior Sean Hutchinson, escorted by Bill and Janice Hutchinson. And what looks to be another Hutchinson family member. Welcome. Wearing jersey number 85 for the Mustangs all year long, senior Derek Janix, escorted by Ivars and Stephanie Janix. Next up for the Mustangs, wearing jersey number 33, Jared Margolis, escorted by Shelly Margolis. And another member of the Margolis clan. Everybody get in the picture. Next up for your Mustangs, number 76, Brett Parsons, escorted by John, Pia, and Ryan Parsons. Next up for your Mustangs, proudly wearing jersey number 4, David Peabody, escorted by Fred and Ruby Peabody. It's my privilege to welcome, wearing jersey number 25, John Michael Personius, escorted by Tim and Jennifer and Lincoln Personius. I'm sorry. Number 4, David Peabody. Number 4, John Michael Personius. I'm sorry. Thank you. We're sorry about that misunderstanding there with number 25. Thank you. Next up, number 18, Andy Reel, escorted by Pat and Vince Reel. Next up for the Maricosta Mustangs, number 41, James Roth, escorted by Dennis and Susan Roth. Next up, number 64, Max Russell, escorted by Whitney and Michael Ford. Next up, number 15, Brent Sherback, escorted by Dennis and Kay Sherback. Next up, wearing jersey number 74, Jonathan Stakowitz, escorted by Karen Stakowitz and Diane Zentel. Next up for your Mustangs, wearing jersey number 35, TJ Thornsgaard, escorted by Terry and Robin Thornsgaard. We're sorry for any miscommunication on the numbers. We have a bogus roster in front of us, so we apologize to the families and the players and the fans. Next up for the Mustangs, proudly wearing jersey number 89, Juan Toggle, escorted by Orlando and Mel Toggle. Next up, wearing jersey number 63, and last but certainly not least, wearing jersey number 75 for the Mustangs, Ethan Young, escorted by Paul and Carol Young, and another one of the Young family members, a youngster.
Depending on how much help we can give you.
Ladies and gentlemen, and all fans, for senior recognition night, let's hear it for all the band, dance, cheer, and that's LA Turf, Pelican Science, Manhattan.
And thanks for tuning in, fans, for that special presentation on the field. This is senior night, and you are watching Maricosa High School varsity football. Of course, tonight's matchup is against arch rival and crosstown foe, Redondo Union High School. Should be an exciting matchup. A lot of pride, a lot of heart goes into this game, fans. Stay tuned. We'll be right back for the opening kick.
Welcome to Manhattan Village. My name is Phyllis Cohen Edwards. I'm with Shorewood Realtors, and I am the resident consultant here in Manhattan Village. Manhattan Village is extremely family-oriented. We have youngsters in their 20s, and we have folks all the way into their 90s that live here. I invite you to manhattanvillage.com. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to email me.
And we are just about set for kickoff, fans. I'm Chris Lee, alongside, as always, with Jeremy Sadowski, and we are excited to bring you this opening kick. Touchback for the Seahawks. They will open out on offense at the 20-yard line, 1st and 10. Redondo on offense, and Costa jumps early. Let's see if we were drawn off sides.
And Chris, as you notice, Maricosta is coming out with their gold pants. First time all season the Mustangs have sported their gold pants here at home.
1st and 5 for the Seahawks. They start off on the ground and keep it on the ground for about a 7-yard gain. Tackled by Tam, the safety. That's going to be a 1st and 10, Seahawks. We are here in the opening quarter. This is the first drive of tonight's contest. Seahawks keep it on the ground again. This time they get about 5 on the play. It's going to bring up a 2nd and 5 for the Redondo. Of course, Jeremy, you and I have a lot of history in this Costa Redondo matchup, dating back to, sad to say to kind of age us a little bit here, but late 80s. This should be an exciting contest. And Costa with the big hit behind the line of scrimmage. Nice job there. Looked like number 88, Matt Williams, involved on that play. It's going to be 3rd and long. And it's a running back screen. This one burst free. That's a first down and then some. Finally tackled at the 35. Seahawks pick up the first and about an extra 30 yards to boot. But that one just may be coming back. That's a penalty against Redondo.
Yeah, Chris, this Costa-Redondo rivalry is intense. Both sides hate each other. I remember when we were back here at Costa, they even wrote Redondo over our field.
The famous Redondo incident. Of course, their intention was to write Redondo. They misspelled their own school name, spelled Redondo instead, and made themselves lift the ball. Meantime, on 4th down, punting. It's a bad punt. The Mustangs will take over at the 42.
But Chris, they did learn from their misspelling adventures, as they did try to vandalize our field here yesterday, but this time they just attempted to put an R. Luckily, it was removed.
Vandalism is exactly what that is, especially on this brand new Costa turf. Meantime, Mustangs now on 2nd and 3. It's a busted play. Looked like it was supposed to be a draw, but as quarterback Kelly turned, everything was just a little out of place. He decided to keep it himself.
10-yard variety. Brings the ball back to the 46-yard line.
Penalty against the Mustangs, however.
Second down and approximately 14 yards to go.
Holding penalty, it's going to be about a 2nd and, I'm going to call it 2nd and 14 situation now for the Mustangs. Ball spotted at the 46. We're here in the opening quarter. Kelly in shotgun. Looking deep, and just incomplete. Of course, he was going for number 3, Adrian Dotson, out of the backfield. Meantime, it's a 3rd and 14. Kelly now looking deep.
It's complete to number 2, Johnny Cleater on the near side.
And it is complete, but still short of the first. It's 4th down, fans.
Timeout. And discussing strategy on this 4th quarter play.
Mustangs take the timeout. 4th and 5. Mustangs will be going for it. 4th and a long 4, I'll call it. We are here in the open quarter. Mustangs, 5 receivers. It's a QB keeper up the middle. That one works nicely. That's a first down, Mustangs. Coast Maricosta in the home, green and gold. Redondo in the road, red and white. The 2 classic school colors out in full force. Play action, Kelly with the keeper. He's got big yardage again. Almost burst that one open. Finally tackled at about the 10-yard line. Great run by Kelly. His 2nd big run on this drive. Dotson on the carry, gets tackled for no gain. It's going to be 2nd and 10. Of course, Bill Faulkner along the sidelines. He's been a part of these Costa Redondo matchups for, about as long as we have, since the mid-'80s. Play action, Kelly. He's scrambling, he throws, and it's a touchdown, Mustangs. Maricosta on their opening possession of this game march down the field and get in the end zone. Stephen Bateman with the reception, the big tight end in the corner. Meantime, the point after attempt is up, and it is good. Mustangs lead this contest 7-0. 5:48 to go here in the opening quarter. It's a squibber.
sorry to say.
Taken and down by the Seahawks at the 38.
But he did recover the ball.
What a nice way for the Mustangs offense to start out, Jeremy.
Yeah, I agree, Chris. When these two teams get together, you can throw out the record books because it's going to be an all-out war.
Seahawks to the air, and oh, what an amazing play. What was going to be a completion was suddenly broken up by the Mustangs D.
Brings up a 2nd down and 10 for the Seahawks. It's a handoff to number 32.
It's a handoff. Seahawks keep it on the ground, and uh-oh, that one burst free. That's a 14-yard gain and a Seahawk first down. Of course, that was number 20, Spencer Mizurek on that previous play. Great job, Spencer, breaking up that pass. Meantime, Seahawks keep it on the ground again, and this one works for about a 7-yard gain. It's going to bring up a 2nd and 3. Seahawks on the ground again, this time on the end around, and nice job, Mustangs. Keeping containment, not being fooled at all. That's going to force a 3rd down situation. 3rd and short, but oh, QB keeper. Let's see what they spotted. It looked like he actually got more yards than that, but they are not giving him much of an advantage at all in terms of the spot. 3rd down now, 3rd and about 6. They gain 2 on the play. It's going to be a 4th and 4. Big 4th down. Seahawks will be going for it. Set up to punt. They will not be punting, and they are running it on the ground. And that is good for the first. Both teams have gone for it on 4th down here already in the first, and both teams have converted on 4th. Seahawks now at the 30. It's a big sweep right. They get about 8 on the play. They are getting big chunks of yardage off this running attack. Mustangs D will have to step up here. Man in motion. Ball goes to the man in motion. Actually, it's just hit to the first back through, straight up the middle. Only got about a yard on the play. Mustangs defense not fooled by the trickery. That time it does go to the end around. Mustangs still not fooled. That's going to bring up a 4th down situation. Looks like there may be a flag on the play, though. Let's see what the call is. And it's against the Seahawks. Back them up.
Back to the Mustang 38.
Repeat of 3rd down, 3rd and long now for Redondo. They go to the air, it's a rollout, they're scrambling, there's pressure, and there's a sack. Number 35, TJ Thermosgard comes up with the big hit and a big sack. Nice job defense. 4th down and punting.
Boom shakalaka. That ends the first quarter with your...
And that will end the first. We'll be right back. Mustangs lead 7-0. And there's the punt. This is the start of the second. The ball bounces and bounces into the end zone. Mustangs will start out the second quarter with the ball on offense at the 20-yard line. Quarterback Kelly. Here's a handoff. Adrian Dotson up the left-hand side.
Number 3, Adrian Dodson, good for some positive yards.
Stopped
Down by number
after about a 3-yard gain. It's going to bring up second and a long 7. And there's a whistle.
And there's a penalty flag.
Penalty against the Mustangs. That will march them back 5. Let's call this now second and 13. Kelly back to pass, looking right, looking deep right. Did he catch it? Oh, almost. It would have been an amazing catch by John Michael Personius. Instead, it's incomplete. 3rd and long. Mustangs keep it on the ground on 3rd and long. Dodson gets about 6 on the play. Still 4th down and punting. Ooh, that one almost hits a couple coastal players. Mustangs better be careful out there. Finally down at about the 35. Seahawks will take over. 1st and 10. And in motion. And it's a handoff. Nice tackle by the Mustangs linebacking crew. Because that was Nolan Dupree with the tackle. Seahawks now on 2nd. It's complete. Right along the right sideline. That's good for 1st and 10 Seahawks. We're here in the 2nd quarter. Mustangs lead 7-0. Meantime, Redondo now starting to pump on a little bit of a drive here.
As the number 43 busts into Mariposa territory.
It's going to be 2nd and 4 Seahawks. Seahawks to the air, and almost picked, and finally comes down with the catch as Redondo's receiver. Mustangs had a chance there. I thought they were going to get that one. Instead, it's complete, and another 1st down for Redondo. Seahawks on the ground.
And off to number 32.
It's about a 2-yard gain. Good job by the Mustangs front group. 2nd and long, Redondo. They keep it on the ground again, and a couple broken tackles finally brought down. Good yardage by the Seahawks. That's a 1st and 10. And Mustangs, looks like they jumped off sides. Let's see if maybe they were enticed. In fact, they were not. That is against the Mustangs. Free yardage to the Seahawks here. Redondo on the handoff. Dancing to about the 7-yard line. It's going to bring up a 2nd and short. 2nd and about 2 for Redondo. Redondo threatening here in the 2nd quarter. Handoff. Oh, good job by the Mustangs, D, to come up with the tackle. Really closing off that left-hand side, forced a cutback. Meantime, Redondo now, that one works in for the end zone. That's a touchdown, Seahawks.
Touchdown, number 32. The ball is down. They pick us up.
Redondo now on the point after attempt. The kick is up. It's good. This ball game here is tied 7 apiece here in the 2nd quarter.
Mustangs will take over at their own 20-yard line with 4:46 left to play in the 1st half. Tied.
Mustangs keep it on the ground on 1st down. Dodson on the carry. Good gain. About 6 yards on the game. It's going to bring up a 2nd and 4. Mustangs in their home green and gold. Redondo in their famous road red and white.
That's Kelly handing the ball from number 3, Adrian Dodson over the left side.
Jeremy, speaking of that Redondo red and white and Coastal green and gold, I know as the Mustangs pick up another 1st down, you and I have a lot of famed Costa Redondo memories we'll be sharing throughout the evening, fans. Jeremy, why don't you get us started? What's one of your favorite Costa Redondo moments as Kelly goes to the air and completes? That's good for Mustangs first.
Well, Chris, going back to the intensity of this rivalry, I'd say one of my favorites came as a coach of the 1991 Freshman Ocean League champions as we shut out the Seahawks over at the Seahawk Bowl. And then to top things off, they wanted some more, a little extra, and they ended up getting into a fight, and Costa won there also. So that was one of my favorite moments.
Mustangs, meantime, are facing a 3rd and long situation. 3rd and 10. Kelly in shotgun. He's looking middle. He's throwing right. He's throwing deep right along the sideline. Did he come up with it? Oh, they say he's out of bounds. I don't know, fans. I thought he came down with that one. That looked like Johnny Cleater almost coming up with an amazing reception. Meantime, it forces a punt by the Mustangs. Seahawks try to return and go nowhere. Looks like a flag comes in. And it's face mask against the Mustangs. That's a shame. Mustangs had him pinned there at the 20. Instead, Redondo starts out at the 32. And it's complete. Redondo goes to the air and gets a nice 20-yard completion. Just past midfield now are the Seahawks here in the second quarter in a tied 7-7 game. Seahawks keep it on the ground. 10-yard gain. That's good for another Redondo first down. Redondo on the ground again, and it's another good gain.
Brought down at about the 30-yard line.
This one's just shy of the first. It's going to be a second down. Oh, that ball's loose. Looks like the Mustangs may recover. Let's see what the call is.
Looks like
Oh, Redondo recovers and calls the timeout. Almost. I thought the Mustangs had a chance to get that one. Either way, though, as we get the double Melvin, Redondo on 4th down. It's play action. And oh, it's a sack. A monster hit by the Mustangs D. That will turn the ball over on downs. 1st and 10, Maricosta. The pile driver gives the ball right back to the Mustangs. They'll start 1st and 10. 2nd and 4 for the Mustangs.
Adrian Dodson, the ball carrier on the handoff of number 7, Sean Kelly. Good for a yard, 4-yard line.
3rd down situation now for the Mustangs. 3rd and 2. Mustangs keep it on the ground. It's Adrian Dodson off left guard for a big Costa gain. That's a 10-yarder, 1st and 10 Mustangs. Now they go to the air. Number 88, Matt Williams with the reception. The big tight end who already has the touchdown. Comes up with the big catch there. Mustangs on 1st again. Oh, go to the air, but that one's incomplete. It's going to be 2nd and 10.
Maricosta 2nd down and 10.
Kelly looking right, rolling right, throwing right, and oh, that's complete right. That is Johnny Cleater. Almost came up with the amazing catch last time. This time he does come down with it. That's another Mustangs first. Kelly now looking deep corner. Oh, had a man, but that one was just a little bit ahead of John Michael Gersonius. Mustangs driving. Kelly completes to Personius. He spins and works his way in. That's a Mustangs touchdown. What an amazing fight by John Michael Personius to get his way into the end zone. That one was all heart and all effort right there from a guy who's had an amazing season all year long for the Mustangs. Personius, the senior, will definitely be missed on this Mustangs offense. Point after attempt was missed. This score is 13-7. Mustangs recapture that lead.
Yard line where Redondo Union Seahawks will have 5 seconds left to play in the first.
And still 7 seconds left as Redondo downs it. Seahawks decide to go conservative and keep it on the ground, but
Still on his feet.
the play still works for about 23 yards. But that will do it. That should just about in, although there is still 1 second left. I don't know how you make a 25-yard run play and still have 1 second left on the clock, but somehow the Seahawks do. Meantime, they are finally forced out of bounds. That will end it.
Water polo.
And welcome back, fans, as the Seahawks take the field for the second half here. Mustangs lead this contest 13-7. Tightly contested game, not a whole lot of offense on other sides, primarily because both teams are keeping the ball on the ground, which is eating up most of this time clock. Mustangs will start out the second half with the ball on offense. Meantime, oh, nice return. Mustangs on the return get the ball all the way to the 47-yard line, 1st and 10. Mustangs on the ground. Adrian Dotson, big time carry. Knocked out of bounds just shy of the 50. In fact, they're going to spot that one right on the 50. 1st and 10 Mustangs. Dotson again on the carry, this time off right tackle.
Also in attendance for tonight's alumni game. Big number 30.
4-yard gain, 2nd and 6. Mustangs on offense. Uh-oh. Looked like Lopeman did move. Let's see if they call that or the Seahawks. They called the Seahawks, who jumped before Lopeman moved. Free 5 yards, 2nd and 1 Mustangs. Dodson. Big time gain. I'm sorry, Lopeman that time. The fullback pounds his way forward for another Mustangs first. And oh, nice trickery. Good job by quarterback Kelly to carry through the fake of the sweep. Meantime, he hands it off to Lopeman with another nice carry. And another Mustangs first. Now it's Dodson.
Adrian Dodson on the right side.
Still on his feet and finally brought down.
Be a first down, but there is a penalty flag.
There is a flag on the play.
2006.
And that one's against the Mustangs. They are marching that ball backwards. It's holding.
Mustang team, along with number 51, Luca.
Repeat, second down. Mustangs go to Dodson again.
On the left side. Gets down inside 1996.
That's going to create a third down situation. 3-back formation. Shifted now to a 2-back formation. Mustangs keep it on the ground. It's Adrian Dodson with the big time carry and a Mustangs first. First and 10 Mustangs. Ball spotted at the 11-yard line. Dodson with the carry this time on the right-hand side. He is getting closer and closer towards that end zone. Stopped just shy.
Who our congratulations also
Second down and 4. Ball spotted at the 5.
That's a pitch out to number 3.
It's a pitch. Trying to get to the corner. And he got it. Touchdown Mustangs. Adrian Dodson on the sweep left. Just got to that corner of the end zone. Mustangs beat time on the 2-point conversion. It's good. That will make the score of this contest now 21-14. I'm sorry, 21-7. Mustangs lead here in the third quarter.
There's a straight kick. Fielded at the 20. Stop at the 30.
Seahawks will start first and 10. Ball spotted at the 30-yard line. No, big run. Still on his feet. And finally brought down just past the 20. A flag comes in late. Let's see what that call is. However, that's still a monstrous run by the Seahawks. Potentially a 50-yard run here, 48 yards on the run. Now it's against the Mustangs, that gives them even more. Seahawks challenging now on first and goal. Sidelines trying to get fired up here. Second and goal. Ball spotted at the 6. It's a handoff. Uh-oh, that one's breaking free, and that one's in the end zone. Seahawks respond to the Mustangs' touchdown almost immediately.
The ball is down. The kick is up.
Point after attempt is up, it's high, and it is no good. Redondo definitely having some issues here with the point after attempt. Seahawks will kick off. Let's see how the Mustangs respond. They do still lead this contest 21-13.
They'll kick that ball again from the 35-yard line.
We're going to re-kick this one. It's high, it's deep, and it is through the end zone. That's a touchback. First and 10. Mustangs will take over at the 20. Quarterback Kelly hands off. Mustangs get about a 2-yard gain. It's going to bring up a 2nd and 8. Play action now. And uh-oh, Kelly goes down for a big-time loss. That's a sack.
Looks like number 76 brought down for a loss.
For my Redondo Costa moment, I got to go back, Jeremy, to our sophomore year. Of course, thanks to certain someone else's suspension, won't mention names, but it rhymes with Jeremy Sadowski. I was able to actually get my first start on defense that year, and as well as offense, went both ways. Came up with 3 block passes at the D-line spot, as well as picked up a fumble on the O-line and almost walked that one into the end zone. Got a key first down that led to our game-winning touchdown. There's my Costa Redondo moment.
Chris, and that all goes back to that intensity. I mean, not only were we fighting on the field, but we were fighting in practice that week, and the rest is history there. But anyways, this rivalry is intense as it gets. It's back like when Notre Dame had a good football team. That USC-Notre Dame rivalry was something special.
Meantime, Seahawks continue to drive. I'm going to focus on the Costa Redondo matchup because I have no response to the lack of offense on the Notre Dame side. It's just offensive at this point. Meantime, Seahawks get another first down. They are still driving. One problem Mustangs D has had all season is after big touchdowns by the offense, they've had a tendency to give quick scores by the opposing offense. Let's see if they can stop that trend tonight. Seahawks have, however, quickly cut this 2-touchdown lead by the Mustangs to a 1-score lead. And they are driving. That one is down to the 10-yard line. Depending on where they spot, it looks like just outside, looks like the 11, so it's going to be a 1st and 10. Seahawks keep it on the ground, and oh, nice tackle out there by the Mustangs. That looked like Devon. Seahawks keep it on the field, and that one is in the end zone. Pop goes the Weasel. The Mustangs have given up a potentially game-tying touchdown. Let's see what the Seahawks do here, going for 2, and they get into the end zone. This game is tied, fans, 21-21. It is living up to its hype, that's for sure.
Deep into the end zone. And the Mustangs will take over 1st and 10 from their own 20.
Mustangs get the ball back now here on offense. Let's see how they respond. Kelly's looking right, throwing right, and
John Cleater, incomplete on the far.
Incomplete, 2nd and 10. And that time the Mustangs keep it on the ground. Notman with the carry, a big-time carry, and a Mustangs first. And Kelly back to pass. He's looking right. He's throwing right. He has a man, and oh, what an amazing attempt by Personius. Incomplete is the call, however. 2nd and 10 Mustangs. We're here in the 3rd quarter, at the end of the 3rd quarter. And a flag comes in. You're right about at the end of this 3rd. This game is tied 21-21 apiece. Of course, the Maricosa High School Mustangs in the green and gold, Redondo Union High School, the Seahawks in the red and white. 3rd down situation, it is Dotson on the right-hand side. And that will end this 3rd quarter. We'll be right back.
The Dirt Yard, Bobby Sherman Volunteer EMT Foundation, and yes, that is the Bobby Sherman, North American Title Company, and last but not least, the San Diego Grading Company. We thank you very much for your support of the North.
And we are starting the fourth and final quarter of what is an exciting 21-21 matchup. Timeout on the field. An interesting call. Must have been some confusion there, as don't often see a team come from the end of a quarter straight to a timeout. But either way, Mustangs are on the field now here, finally in the fourth. Incomplete pass. Jeremy, how about we go back as the Mustangs get ready to punt for another Costa Redondo moment.
Yeah, Chris, as we see the punt get taken and will be down by the Mustangs, my next Costa Redondo moment came senior year when we had the second place in league locked up and we were able to give Redondo a shellacking over at the Seahawk Bowl and keep them out of the playoffs.
Only other thing better than making the playoffs that season and winning the first ever playoff game for any Costa football team our senior year was keeping Redondo out of the playoffs. That's a win-win for all of us on the green and gold. Meantime, the red and white are still marching here. Uh-oh, ball comes loose. Seahawks pick it back up. Lucky bounce. Let's see if they never heard a whistle. Let's see where they spot it. If they spotted calling that play a fumble and then forward progress on the return.
Either way, it looks like both spots are basically the same spot. Even if he was down and where he did pick it up, he got to the same spot. Either way, they're just shy of a first down.
That will make it then second and inches. Seahawks, get the first. Either way, it's all for naught as they end up getting the first down anyway. Ball spotted at the 46. And in motion, ball goes to the back, and great play by the Mustangs D. Johnny Morgan with a great tackle. We've been seeing that all season long, right up the middle by Johnny. There is a flag on the play. Let's see what the flag is. And unfortunately, it's against the Mustangs D. First and 10 Seahawks. And big burst of speed.
It's a pitch out to number 32.
That's close to another Seahawk first.
For what appears to be another
In fact, it is. That's enough. That's a first down carry, first and 10 Seahawks. They are threatening to add to the scoreboard. Right now, a game that's tied 21-21 here in the fourth.
Another fumble.
Chris, have another Costa Redondo moment way back when Costa was making their second run for a CIF championship. They met up with the Seahawks in the semifinals over at El Camino in the rain. What a game that was. As I remember correctly, Mike Enos had several interceptions to clinch that game and the championship for the Mustangs.
In fact, we were there rooting on the Mustangs together. Another great Mustangs Redondo moment. Meantime, the Seahawks barely keep it on their feet and get positive yardage on the game. It's still shy of the first. It's going to be third down. Huge third down situation here for the Mustangs D. Let's see if they can respond. It's play action. Redondo goes to the air. They have a man. And my goodness, Mustangs get a break. Beautiful attempt at a catch, but it is out of bounds. No good. here in the fourth quarter. Let's see what the Seahawks do here.
Redondo is lining up and appears to be going for it. 4th and 3.
It is 4th and 3.
2 split wide receivers.
Monstrous 4th down. And oh, flag comes flying. Someone jumped early.
See what the referees call that.
Sweet cherries, that's knocking them back. And there's a call. It is motion against the Seahawks. Mustangs get 2 big breaks back to back there.
And the ball is down. And the kick is
Meantime now, Redondo on the field goal attempt. That looks wide right. It hit the post. Oh my goodness. That is no good. What another break. Mustangs get 3 straight breaks there. And Redondo comes away with nothing.
Well, Chris, that kick had so much leg behind it that once it hit the post, it bounced all the way about to the 20-yard line.
Mustangs approach the ball with the clock running. 6:40 left to play in the game.
Mustangs now on 2nd down and 6. Fight forward, get another 2 yards. It's going to bring up a 3rd and 4. Mustangs on 3rd down, keep it on the ground.
There's a penalty flag.
They get about 2. It's going to bring up 4th. Let's see what they do.
That is a holding penalty against Maricosta. Decline.
Chris, I'd like to take this time to congratulate both the freshman and JV teams as they dominated the Seahawks yesterday, clinching Bay League titles for both squads.
For the Maricosta Mustangs. On tonight's
Well,
50-50
Mustangs
raffle ticket
faced now in a 4th down situation. They are going for it from their own 30. And they somehow get it. What a gutsy call. Pretty risky here. This early. Still 7 minutes left to go in this game.
that ball.
Mustangs go for it though, and somehow come up with what looks to be a 1st down.
Quarter and the game.
Like I said before, Chris, when these two teams get together, you can throw out all conventional strategies. You go for it, you pound it, you get that 1st down.
Let's see how it pays off. Meantime, Mustangs, oh, there's a sack. They were looking for the deep ball there, could not come up with it. Redondo had the blitz on. 2nd down and long now for the Mustangs. We're here in the 4th quarter, fans, in a 21-21 contest.
Passes intended for number 6, Michael Tam.
Maricosta High School against Redondo Union. 3rd down situation for the Mustangs. It's Kelly on play action. He's keeping it.
That's Kelly.
Uh-oh, that one's not working though.
And he barely gets back to the line of scrimmage.
3rd and long. The Mustangs decide to run the QB keeper and barely get back to the line of scrimmage. It's 4th and long. I'm going to call it 4th and about 15. Mustangs certainly going to have to punt that time. They do. Now Redondo has the ball, 1st and 10. Seahawks start off in the air.
Bryce Gutierrez. Clock is stopped at 3:36 left to play.
There's going to be a measurement. This one's close. Redondo ran just a simple quick hitch pattern there on the left flat. Works for about 9.5. They are just shy. It's going to be 2nd and inches. Of course, we are getting towards the end of the 4th.
Chris, there's some good news from around the Bay League. Palos Verdes did beat Peninsula today, so no matter what, the Seahawks will only have a share of the Bay League title and not be able to win it outright if they do in fact win.
Meantime, Redondo gets the first. They go back to the hitch play. Couple nifty moves, and finally dragged down by the Mustangs D. Andy Reel made the tackle, but after a first down gain by the Seahawks, Mustangs D trying to get fired up here. Sidelines doing everything they can to help.
For the Seahawks to the 29-yard line.
Second and long now for Redondo. Sweep left, and it stopped. Time is running down here. I'm surprised the coaching staff isn't taking a timeout. It's third and long, Redondo. Seahawks now on the sweep right. And that one's not going to go anywhere. It's going to bring up a fourth down. Clock continues to run off the clock.
And the clock continues to run with 50 seconds off the 24-yard line.
I am surprised the Mustangs are not taking a timeout here, trying to give at least some time to their offense. Redondo finally takes a timeout.
And Redondo
clock is stopped with basically 27 seconds left to go. Redondo is going to attempt the game-winning field goal. Now the Mustangs take a timeout in an attempt to ice Redondo's kicker. My opinion, Jeremy, they should have taken that timeout earlier to try to give their offense some time. Meantime, Redondo, the kick is no good. It's low. This game is still tied. The Mustangs still have a chance.
And it looks like that timeout was used to perfection, as I saw icicles forming on that kicker's face mask.
Mustangs keep it on the ground. They get the first down carry. No timeouts, though. Rush up to the line of scrimmage and down the ball.
From the 37-yard line.
Fans, this game is still tied 21-21. They have announced this will go to overtime if the score remains tied. Obviously, this game now has league title implications for the Seahawks. 4 seconds left to go. Mustangs let a lot of time go off the clock when Redondo was setting up for the field goal. And that should just about do it. In fact, it will. Fans, we're going to overtime.
And the Captains are meeting in center field.
Jeremy, why don't you let the fans in at home in on the overtime rules for high school football?
Well, Chris, they'll start off with the coin toss. Winner of the coin toss will then elect whether they'll go for it or not, and it goes to one, and they will go for it. As we see the pass incomplete, they'll start at the 25, and each team will start at the 25, and if it continues on to another overtime, then we'll flip again and see what happens.
Mustangs now on 2nd and 10, and they're hit for a loss. That's going to create a 3rd and 11 situation. Quarterback Kelly in shotgun. We are in overtime, fans. This game is 21-21 apiece. And John Michael Personius almost comes up with a touchdown in the corner of the end zone. Would have been an amazing catch. Perfect throw by Kelly, but either way, it's incomplete, and 4th and 11. Kelly in shotgun. He's under pressure. He throws. Oh, it's batted down.
Pass is intended for number 2, Johnny Cleater. Broken up around
That one
the
is
goal
batted
line.
down. Mustangs come away with nothing. Let's see what Redondo does now.
Takes over at the 25. If the Mustangs
Seahawks will have a chance to win this one. If they score, they win the game. Field goal or touchdown, doesn't matter.
to hand off to 43, Joe Rubio. Good for
Seahawks
5
keep it
yards.
on the ground to open.
Seahawks.
Of course, Redondo has shown some problems in their kicking game tonight. 2 missed field goals and a missed point after attempt. I'm sure they'll be going big time for the touchdown.
And he's up near first down for the Seahawks.
Meantime, it's 3rd and inches.
Number 43,
Redondo keeps that on the ground, and looks like they get just enough.
But there is a
Let's wait for the official spot, but it looked like he did get enough for the first. Fans, again, we are in overtime. Maricosta Mustangs in the green and gold against the Redondo Seahawks in the red and white. And the officials threw a flag, but they picked it up.
no penalty on
And
the play.
that is a first down Seahawks, 1st and 10 Redondo. We're in overtime in a 21-21 game.
The pitch back to
Seahawks
32.
pitch left, and they are hammered backwards. That's going nowhere.
Number 34, Matt Crean, leading the parade.
Matt Crean, number 34, comes up with the monster hit.
Second down.
2nd down now for the Seahawks. Of course, the Mustangs did not score an offense, so if Redondo scores at all, they win this game.
Number 32. And he's back
Mustang
up to
D
about
needs to come up with the biggest stop of the season for
Bring
them.
on the 3rd down at about 10.
They do get about 4 yards on that run. It's going to bring up a 3rd down for the Seahawks. It's play action. They're going to the end zone. There's a man open, and oh my goodness, that's a touchdown, and that's a ball game.
Pass is complete to number 2, Nick Jones.
Hard-fought game by the Mustangs and the Seahawks. Mustangs at one point had a 2-touchdown lead, but the Seahawks would not leave this Costa Stadium without a victory, even if that took overtime. Mustangs players obviously disappointed in the outcome, but they fought hard. Redondo's a good quality team, but obviously with the chance now, Seahawks finish the season as co-champions. So, Mustangs certainly put up a valiant effort against a talented opponent.
27-21 victory.
Jeremy, any final thoughts on tonight's contest?
The Mustang players and alumni.
Well, Chris, as that wraps up the season for us, it was another good year here over at Maricosta as we were able to see some good things from all 3 football teams. We have a new field. This program is looking up, and I'm looking forward to the future here of Mustang football.
Especially with the dominance of both the freshman and JV teams, this Mustang future is bright. Fans, we want to thank you for tuning in all season long to Mustangs varsity football. Of course, we here at Slanted Sky definitely want to appreciate all you fans for tuning in and for rooting on these Mustangs as they continue their march towards the 2007 season, which is now final. Well, fans, for Jeremy Sadowski, I'm Chris Lee, and we're signing out, and we'll see you in 2008.